It is Wednesday night, and we are engaging in Destiny Dialogue, and so we are delighted to keep coming each Wednesday in the month of July to just enjoy conversation and get some tidbits about what God is doing, how we're feeling, all of those different things, because our goal is to spread the gospel, but also to spread good news and be a help and to be a blessing. I was listening to statistics, and I'll just throw this out today and then we'll get started, about how so many people are dealing with anxiety, that people are really struggling, whether they are believers or not. And sometimes I think people think that, well, you know, if you're a believer, then you should be good. But everybody is human first. And so we want to just kind of explore that, to look at different avenues. So again, we're going to wait, let some more of you all join us, because I don't want you to miss out on what will be shared tonight and what we will talk about tonight. So come on in. I see you. I see several of you coming on in. All right, you're there tonight. And again, I hope you prepare your heart to get some really good tidbits and advice. I love the McCrays, and they are one of our senior families here at Destiny Church. I know they look fabulous, don't they? And I think what we always need to have in our presence is words of wisdom, experience, because research can teach you a lot. You know, studying certain things can teach you a lot, but it's wonderful having wisdom at the table. Now, so they are over our couples ministry here at Destiny Church, but they are also in the medical field and in the counseling field. And so if you know them, you know who does what. But they'll tell us a little bit about that, and why did I think tonight was important for us to really talk about health, and that's our topic tonight, faith and health, is because there are a lot of things on the table. Kids are getting ready to go back to school. Individuals are leaving home and going back to work on site. Churches are opening up, so it's a lot of things that's open. They're telling us we need to do the mask, which we believe in already, have them, yes, and exercise our distance. We are at 6 feet. Making sure you wash your hands, making sure you use your hand sanitizer, all of those things. But one thing I think we need to address a little deeper is the mental health and the additional steps to our physical health. So they are just wonderful in helping you deal with marriage and family, but also with mental and physical as it relates to our health. So we're going to jump right in, and we always ask every week that if you have questions, because if you have a question for me that deals with medical, I can't help you. I'm going to pray for you, and I'm going to tell you everything that CDC says. But we want you to throw your questions at us and see what information that you can get, because at the end of the day, we want to all be good. Yes. That's God's desire for all of us, that we all are good. But here's the reality of that. Everybody has a different path. Yes. Everybody's at a different place. And so I don't want anybody to feel condemned if they're struggling with this season and saying, well, maybe my faith should be stronger. No, you're good where you are. We just want to make sure that we all make it to the finish line. That's what we're trying to do. So welcome tonight. Welcome. So let's jump right in with questions. And if you've been with us for the last couple of weeks, we start out with a few questions, and then the conversation just takes on a personality of its own. So we will do that. But let's talk about what field you're in, okay? And then we'll jump into faith and health, and faith in medicine, and faith in counseling. All of those different areas that we need to know are important to our life. So let's start with Cheryl.
Okay, my name is Sheryl McCray, and I am a licensed professional school counselor. I'm a school counselor at Barber Academy, and I just simply love the job.
I love that. See, she loves her job. Love babies. Love the babies. Yes. All right, Fred McCray.
Hi, I'm Fred McCray. I'm a registered nurse. I've had the privilege of working in hospitals, in insurance companies, in outpatient areas. I work full-time at Hardy Elementary School. During this REACH program, I'm at East Ridge Middle School, which I enjoy.
Oh, I love this. And I'm learning something new. Now tell me your history Okay, because he won't talk about that. You were the,
I'm told.
okay, we'll take what you told. That's what we believe.
But I'm the first African-American registered nurse and male nurse in Tennessee.
Woo! That's awesome. So now you know we brought the heavies to the table. So you will get good advice tonight. And you will get spiritual and practical. Because one thing I said, and we say this often, people sometimes will try to use their spiritual sense, but they don't use their common sense. And I just believe that both of those go together. I just think they're cousins. You shouldn't have to have one without the other. You shouldn't be so spiritually minded till you're no earthly good. So those go together. So tell me, as we start jumping into that area, tell me, from where you stand, what has been one of the most challenging things in the area of your faith as you've navigated through this crisis? And we're still in it, we're not through it, but we're working our way. But what has been most challenging, even with knowing what you know? What's been challenging to you?
I think the most challenging for me was that it came up so sudden.
Okay.
We were in school one day and then we had an announcement that tomorrow you won't be here for 2 weeks, and 2 weeks ended up 4 months.
4 months and we still fighting this battle. And it's amazing how, I'm with you, how things happen so quickly. We do pretty good if we can prepare,
Right.
but for something just to hit us all of a sudden and then to get, this will be 3 weeks, it'll be a month, and we're still fighting with the whole crisis and the issues, and other things have piled on since then. So it's a lot. So dealing with the suddenness of it. What was the biggest challenge for you?
We had a family member to die
Wow.
of COVID.
Wow.
She lived in New Jersey. Her daughter, who was my niece, she couldn't get to the hospital. They live in Nashville. She died. When they died, they couldn't get to the funeral. And can you imagine having to bear that? Yeah. Not that your mother died and you can't be there with your brothers and sisters. And when you see it that close, you realize how damaging it is.
Wow, absolutely. Yeah. And that's something I don't think we've talked about much, that there are people, while we're still trying to fight through it and we're here, people have experienced tremendous loss. Yeah. And the fact that you said in experiencing that loss, you're not able to go to them, to be with them, and that thinking of them in there by themselves. Yes. I mean, it's already hard when you can be there, but for a person to be in that environment all by themselves, and that's hard for you as one on the outside or being connected to saying, it shouldn't happen this way.
It should. And I was one of the nurses who was able to work during the AIDS crisis. I have not seen this pandemic before. Wow. So many people dying until they're putting them in trailers, refrigerated trailers. That's a lot.
It's something you think you would never hear in America. No. You're like, that. This is happening in America. Sometimes some of the other countries you say, okay, well maybe because they're not as developed as we are. But when you think happening right here in America, that people are struggling with so much loss. So we want to talk about that because again, it's not that people that don't love God have been exempt.
She was a minister's wife and was one of those persons that the members would go to for consolation. She was a praying about it.
Wow.
And it has been so hard. This was my nephew's mother-in-law, but she was close to all of us.
Wow.
And it has been so hard.
That's very difficult. So tell me, and we're gonna have y'all hold your mics. I think I'm the loud one then. So tell me, just kind of off that, what are some comforting words that you were able to share with them? Being individuals of faith and explaining, because if the truth be told, sometimes it's hard to explain God's goodness in the middle of a situation like that.
Well, we were fortunate in that my niece was raised coaching. So it wasn't a matter of introducing her to God. And I was really pleased that my children were the ones who helped us so much.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. Now she would share some things with me, but she and my daughter will sit up sometimes till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Just consoling her, just let her say what she wants to say.
I was gonna say, have you found that people just really need to talk?
They need to talk and they need to express themselves. They need to cry.
Absolutely.
And you need to just be there.
Because we don't have to fix it all. We don't have to know all the answers and fix it. Because everybody's trying to figure it out. So sometimes just having an ear is so powerful because they're trying to express how they feel and still trying to love God in the middle, and still people are saying God is good all the time, and you're sitting there thinking, yeah, most of the time. Because I have an issue or a situation where I just think God could have been a little kinder.
Yes.
And those are realities with people. So
Right.
I love that we sit and we talk and just be a listening ear and remind people, that things will happen to the righteous, things will happen to those that are not believers. It is just an even playing field. Now God is there with us.
Yes.
So it helps us to navigate through.
Yes.
Because I've been saying that I don't know how people survive without him. Because with him, it's challenging. Oh, see, you can see I keep saying it's challenging. It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah. And one thing about this is my family. They live in Nashville, but they felt comfortable coming to our house.
It's good.
You can't go to a lot of places, but we're going on free. We know we can always go there, and they sleep everywhere, which is fine. The only thing they ask is that Cheryl makes pound cake. That's all we ask.
And that's a good request. We need pound cake. We need food to comfort us. Because we're going to talk about that in a minute. Because everybody's talking about the quarantine weight and all of that. Because food is comforting. When I can't figure things out, I just try to control what I can. And food is something I can get my hands on quickly. But we want to make sure that people understand it's okay to feel the way you feel.
Yes.
It's okay to have doubts.
Yes.
I always say this. God is a big God. He can handle our complaining. He can handle our crying. He can handle our questioning him. He's a big God. He said, I can take that. But he's right there to give us peace and to bring solace and to comfort us. And eventually we work our way back and just say, even if it's with tears sometimes, God, you really are good. And so to have that in your life is priceless. So tell me, what are some words you give people or this situation when they lose loved ones? What do? We are listening ear. We put positive words in the environment. We create an atmosphere where they can come and just sit and rest. What else can they do?
We got to try to provide normalcy.
Ooh, now that's power. To provide normalcy. In a world that is not normal. Because we don't really know how attached we are to normal until it no longer exists. And it becomes this priceless commodity that just let something be normal. I think my son even said that. He said, Mom, if there was a purpose for you getting up and going out, or if you go somewhere and you expect it to be the way it was before. So just creating that, just being normal. So what would that look like? What does a normal day in pandemic look like in trying to get to normal? What's some of the things that would just be key to normal? Because to me, one of my things was setting a schedule. Even though I had nowhere to go, I just had to set a schedule. I had to act like I'm going somewhere. So to just kind of have a certain schedule or wake up time. But what are some things that you would suggest, or maybe that you told people in trying to establish normalcy?
I would say get up early. Even though a lot of us were doing virtual education. Still get up early, even though we can sit around in our loungewear. Still get up early, enjoy nature.
I love that.
And since we're empty nesters, it wasn't as much hustle and bustle as when you have children.
Yes.
It's kind of thrown on the children, so they were having a little hard. Some of our children were really struggling. And I guess try to maintain balance.
Oh, that's good. So to have some type of normal situation and then to balance things out. Because even that's important when it comes to even what you watch and what you do. You cannot take in all of this news all day and think you're going to be okay. You have to have a balance. I was laughing at Sheryl last night. She said, I don't want to watch nothing but comedy shows for the next 2 hours. She said, I've had enough of doom and gloom. I have enough of all these things happening. I just want to sit and laugh at a couple of things. And so that just helped to usher in balance. Because you cannot escape the reality permanently. but you can take a minute from it. You can pause from it. And to me, that is so important for establishing mental balance.
Well, that was one of the high things they said as far as mental health,
Mm-hmm.
not focusing on the news. And what we try to do, watch it in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
watch it late evening. Is it really likely to change that much during the day?
That's a good question to ask yourself. Because sometimes we glue ourselves to it, but it's not going to change that much. And know your limits. I think sometimes we forget understanding that we are who we are. And there's sometimes we get to a point and we're full. We have to know when we're full and have to know when to shift. So you don't have to be, the adult that can handle it all. Know your limits.
Other thing we do is, since there's just the two of us there, our house stays pretty straight.
Mm-hmm.
Down,
Yes.
how we said all that kind of stuff. It does not matter. You just come on in. I know you got kids. Whatever you do at your house, you can do here.
Oh, that's
They
comforting.
got dogs. If they got little dogs, we know we got 3.
Yes.
So it's okay. They might get up late. Might get up very early. Now, my
Mhm.
nephew likes to get up and he likes to go and read
Okay.
all morning, which is fine. They like coffee, that's fine. Just be at home.
Mm. See, now I'm sure my children love to hear that. You just let it be. Because they would say, well, Mama, it doesn't matter. I'm like, yes, it does. Get that over there, get that over here. But I heard that moving forward. Some days you just need to let it be.
Let it go.
That everybody just enjoy themselves, just kind of get in a place of comfort and just let it be. So, all right, I'm confessing, I haven't always been in the place of let it be. But we want to do that because having a sound mind, because the Bible speaks of that, to be a sober mind, to have a sound mind. You need to do whatever it takes for you in that environment in a healthy way to have a sound mind.
And I tell you what else helps. Every once in a while, you get in the case of the drop the scripture.
Oh, now that's good. So drop a scripture on what scripture would you drop while you're trying to get them on, being normal, setting balance, setting things aside, creating environment. What scripture would you just drop in?
Usually every day we start with Psalm 91.
Yes.
I love it, absolutely. Because I think we really said that at the beginning, but that is very relevant. No evil shall come nigh my dwelling.
Yes.
No disease shall overtake me. Because your words are so powerful. I've been saying it. You gotta put the right words in your atmosphere.
And you have to be able to shoot. You know what works for you spiritually.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
There's some television programs. I
Mm-hmm.
love Tony Evans. And
Yes,
all
yes.
the time. Every once in a while, I listen to some others. Listen to this guy from, I think it's Randolph. He introduced this to Jeremiah 33. And I thought, that's wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen to that. I like Joyce Meyer. She's
Yes.
just so everything. But you have to learn where you need to go for
That's
comfort.
good.
And you can't always do that with a bunch of folk around.
Absolutely.
Presently, I'm in a personal kind of Bible study with a couple of 3 guys.
Good.
And they come over and use that. Well, that's okay. And,
Food and the word. We have to have both, naturally and spiritually. Yes.
and it's has been very encouraging. A young man was having some issues with his marriage and he needed to talk. I said, okay, will you talk to me? And someone was another couple of guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I sure would. It's been every Thursday.
I love it.
And he has been so benefited. And I said, now our primary concern is about you as a person,
Mm-hmm.
first, as a man of God.
I love that.
I said, well, we can work on that.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of this, I said, now we're responsible to give you information.
Mm-hmm.
You're responsible for that.
That's right. What you take, what you do, what you heard,
Right.
that's on you. But I love you saying providing a place where somebody can just come be real.
Yeah.
Because in this, I think one of the things we have to be careful of, and with the social distancing, I think sometimes that puts some people in a place where they feel like they're by themselves.
Yes.
That they don't have anybody they can reach out to, or because all of this is a struggle. We talked about that last week. You have couples at home that ain't been together for 24 hours in forever. And so we're trying to do that. You're throwing kids in the mix, you're throwing virtual school in the mix, all of that. They don't know how to just take that and say, okay, this is what we have, but we'll say that right, this is what we got. But what am I doing with what I have? And a lot of it, because a lot of the statistics are very alarming. They say a lot of couples are not going to make it through this. They said that a lot of individuals, as far as being mentally stable, they're not going to be well at the end of this. Financially, people are not going to bounce back. And so you have all of those things weighing on people who didn't have to deal with those things before. So it becomes a fight for your life, physically and mentally, because things will surface.
They will.
Oh, it's going to come out one way or another. It's going to come out in your physical health or your mental health. It's going to come out in attitude. But there are things that we can do. So I love that scripture to make sure every day you put that in your atmosphere. What's another scripture that you said, okay, I'm speaking against the evil, it shall not come down me, disease will not come down me. What else? What's another scripture that people can wrap their minds around?
And my favorite scripture is Philippians 4:11.
Yes, it tells us what?
Whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
Say that one more time.
Whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content.
Wherever I am, whatever state I am.
Even if I'm at home or free.
Even if I'm at home and free, even if I'm having to do all these things, where I am, be content. Because I don't think we've mastered contentment. We live in an environment where it's always be get more, do more, have more. This has caused us to slow down and to say, okay, I need to be good with what I have and where I am. Now tell me what's the challenge in it? Because that scripture sounds real good. Sounds good. But how do I work out my contentment?
The hard work is work out. You have to work on that. It doesn't come just by saying it. You have to do every effort. And you have to do this all the time.
Love it.
I mean, it's not just today, maybe tomorrow. No, it's constant. It's like praying without ceasing. We're in negative states. Satan is real.
Oh, he's real. He is
And
real.
no matter what Cheryl does, if I allow him, he will not satisfy. That's my responsibility.
Oh, now that's good. That's good right there.
Yeah.
So before we can be responsible for other people, we have to be responsible for ourselves. You used to hear people say, they don't make me happy. That's not their job. So in your, whether it's a marriage relationship, whether it's a friendship relationship, you got to do some things to take care of yourself, to make sure that you're good, because self-care is important. Making sure my mental man is important, because sometimes I would find myself, raising my voice just a little, and my children are really good, like looking at me like, we haven't done anything to you. And I would have to go back and regroup and say, you know what, you're right. This has to do with me. That I have to put myself in a good place. So I love that you have to work on it yourself first. Do your self-work. And sometimes that's hard.
It's hard. You're all right. You don't believe that's me. I'm fine.
I got good.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got to recognize and accept your shortcomings and work on it. And you will have, I'm 74 years old, you don't have.
Don't you love it? Yes! Anybody want to look at him and say, do it for me, Lord, do it for me, Lord. That's right. That's when you take care of yourself and you're making good decisions and, you just understand the power of your faith and the power of the word and the power of taking on the responsibility and say, you know what, I'm going to make sure I'm good because when I'm good for other people.
That's right.
When I'm good, I can be good to other people.
And realize that the word is all right.
It's all right. It really is. And it is a stabilizer.
It is.
It will help you. And that's why I think in all of this, as I say over and over, people have to keep word in their environment. You have to keep God's word primary. And then you have to be careful of the words out of your mouth that you put in your environment. So when you think about mental health, okay, what are some things, because I think affirmation is so important.
Yes.
But I think you have to teach that. This is just me, so you can give me the clinical or the certified, this is me. But I think sometimes people have to be taught how to affirm themselves.
Right.
They do, and it starts early. You have to make sure that children and everybody else recognize that you have value.
That's good. Yep.
You have value.
Yes.
Now, you might not be as tall as the next person. You might weigh 10 more pounds than the other person. You might not play ball as the next person. But if you're in Christ, you have value because you belong to Christ.
Yes.
And that's some things that He promises.
Mm-hmm.
He tells you, many of the places of the right. But, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
When you know that.
When you know that, and when you look back over what it has done for you and for your environment, you know, all of a sudden we've been married 35 years.
Woo!
What in the world?
He said, all of a sudden, all of a sudden. Now, I'm not gonna look at him, Sheryl, and say, all of a sudden. Say, here we are. And that didn't happen by just saying, que sera, sera.
No.
That happens with being intentional. That happens with doing your work.
Yes.
That happens with loving. That happens with forgiving. That all of those pieces to get to where you are. And those pieces, in my opinion, are very critical even in everyday life.
They are.
That I have to be intentional. I have to work through my situation. I have to love. I have to forgive. I have to say, okay, this is my life and how I live it is up to me. So we have to learn that. So tell me, how would you teach somebody to affirm themselves? Or how do you help people with being positive in their environment? Because again, what you say, you can bring it to life. So if we don't know how we're talking and we're already, well, I'm going to be next. Why you put that in the atmosphere? I'm going to be next. I may be next, but it might be, it's not next for that. It's next to be blessed, next to prosper. So how do you help people with putting the right words in their environment?
I usually try to tell them to think of the positive things, think about the good things, especially during the pandemic. Okay, think about when you were able to get up and go to work, stop and pick up some breakfast, sit and have lunch with some coworkers. Just think about those good times and have a plan for the future.
That's good.
To have those same things to happen.
And I think that is so important. Gratitude, grateful that I had those experiences, but also to plan. One of my famous things I've been saying, don't have quarantine brain. Stop saying I'm stuck, I don't see ahead, because if we don't see ahead, we won't move ahead. So having that plan, having that says, you know, when I come out of this, here's what I'm going to do. When this is what I'm going to do. Because I think sometimes we stop saying when I, or after this is over. Because life is trying to sell us the tickets that say, this is it.
Yeah, but all things that happen aren't bad things. We've gotten so much done.
Let's talk about that. So this whole season, it hasn't been full of bad things. It's been a lot.
It's been a
Of
lot.
loss and negative things. But there have been some good things come out of it. So what are some good things? Because y'all gonna get to my organizing like I did in my house for my children. So what are some good things that come out of this?
One of the studies have shown that families are eating together. They're spending time together. And that's kind of really a new norm.
That's true. Absolutely.
For some, not for others.
Y'all have family dinners for everybody. But how important do you think it is for families to come together, to eat together, to share quality time? How important?
It's wonderful. That's inside Cheryl.
I think it's important because kids find out things that they didn't necessarily know about their dad, about their mom, where they work, what they're doing. They see them do things at home. They can be a part of what they're doing.
That's good. I like that. Yes, it brings that unity. Why is it important?
Our daughters live next door to us. We make sure that we have to be sure that we get together at least once a month. Now, when they were much younger, we always ate together, but on Sundays, they could tell us the bad stuff they did, the things that they do that we would not approve of. And
I love it.
And they would get punished for it. Now, I didn't forget, but still, they knew they could clear it up right there.
And that is so necessary, especially in this season, because kids have a lot on their minds.
They do.
Adults have a lot on their minds. And being able to bring that to the table, because I love when you say that they get to learn things that they didn't know prior to, but you know, they also get to see that they're not the only one unsure. You know, because I make sure that I even tell them some days, I'm like, I just don't know what's going on. I know who has us in his hand. I know that we're going to be all right. But I'm telling you right here, I don't really know what to do. And sometimes it's comforting the kid because they're feeling that same anxiety or being anxious or I don't know what to do. So it gives them a chance or you all a chance to talk about, okay, so you're not really sure either? No, but I do know we're going to be good. We're going to be fine. So you get to provide that place, but then you get to end with a comfort. But that we're somehow, some way, we're going to be all right. And it brings that closeness in, because we have to be distant from everybody, but we get to still be together as a family. If you in that same group or that same space, and I don't care how old you are, you need comfort.
You do. One day, Frida came home to my job, and she was going through this issue that short. And I looked up, and she came in, just fell in my arm. Now, she was 30 years old, but she knew where she could come from.
Yeah.
And kids they'll tell you things if you are there.
I love it.
They'll tell you something. Things my daughters have called me to say to me and ask me about. I thought, Lord, you fix this for me. Because I didn't know what to say, and I didn't know how I would take that.
And I love that it's a place to come.
Yeah.
That our kids need to be reintroduced to the family table. Reintroduced because, there are role models out there and that's great, and there's extended family and that's great, but it's nothing like your children coming to you.
And if your home is the right kind of home,
Mm-hmm.
you only get your children. My children's
Children, everybody say they friends.
They're all their friends come over there, and they'll cook and they'll bring up food and they'll sit down on the deck and just talk. And I think, I don't know about this, so I better move on.
Okay, well, since we're talking about that place, what are some ingredients that need to be included for having a home that people come to, or having a place, or being that listening ear? What are some pieces that need to be present?
That you're non-judgmental.
Non-judgmental.
That you remember that you were that same name. And the same grace.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That all have sinned and fallen short. Yes. And when we get it together sometimes, and we're just like, you did what? But remembering is powerful. And having a no judge zone. I love that. That's probably what my son's gonna remember after this whole thing. Mom, a no judge zone. And I have a no judge zone. I do. So what are some other things that could be a part of a no judge zone? What else do you think is important, especially in this season with all of the things happening, that would just bring people to a place that says, you know what, you can be yourself, you can say whatever, you can do whatever, and it's going to be okay.
Probably the idea that they know that they can come there and be comfortable. We don't want you to sit here, or we don't want you to go out of there. If you have things that they feel like is yours, they feel like they're the family.
That's good.
And they can just kind of go with it. Most of our people are children, they come right on you, they go in the refrigerator, they want, and they know it's okay.
And my daughters can be there or not be there. Their friends will still come to our house, especially if they're friends that have been there to school with. When they come to town, they come to see us.
I was just saying, it is wonderful. I love that because it provides a place of peace. I love the scripture that says he'll keep you in perfect peace if you keep your mind stayed on him.
Yes.
And I think that is so critical because I think we're searching for a place to put our mind. We don't know what to put it on. Is it the news? Is it the word? Is it somebody's opinion? But he gives us the formula for being at peace. Doesn't mean we don't have to do our work. We have to do our work.
Yes.
But if we keep our mind on him, I think one of the most comforting things is that I won't leave you. I won't forsake you. I'm going to be your present help in a time of trouble. Peace allows you to remember those things. So when you don't have peace operating, what are some negatives that come when peace is not operating?
You don't get along.
You don't get along.
Yeah.
You find it hard to get along with people. I think that's part of, the challenge nowadays. We have so much disruption. People are not at peace, so we can't get along.
And if you're home, Cheryl and I can't get along. The other stuff can get along. She's not doing well at work. I'm not doing well at work. I'm mad at her, so I ain't gonna text, I ain't gonna call. Vice versa. Those kinds of things. but you have to be careful because it's a mess when you're trying to do the right thing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
And when
it's-
you don't have that, does that affect your physical man, your mental man, or both?
Oh, both.
Just say both, both. When I don't have peace, because what are some symptoms physically when people don't have peace and when they're stressed?
Oh, elevated blood pressure.
Elevated blood pressure.
Elevated blood sugar.
Uh-huh.
Stress, pain in your joints.
Mmm.
The older you are, the worse the pain.
See, some of y'all probably checking that right there, rubbing your leg,
Yeah.
trying to check and see. But those things can happen when there's no peace.
There's no mental clarity.
No mental clarity. Oh, and I know we need mental clarity right now. We need to be able to see what is. We need to be able to think strategically. We need to be able to say, okay, I can resolve this, because sometimes I think we get all excited about things that we have the tool or we have the ability to think through, but because we're not in a place of peace, because we are stressed, that we don't allow what's on the inside of us to manifest on the outside of us.
Let me do one thing that Cheryl taught me early in our marriage.
Oh, he gonna give you credit. Come on now, come on.
And she does presently. If there's something we were talking about, a decision that we need to make,
Mm-hmm.
I'll come to her with what the issue is, and she'll say, let me think about it.
That's good.
She doesn't answer anything quickly. Now, when our children were younger, she taught me, when they come in and ask you something, don't answer right then. Because later on, you will change your mind and you will already approve it.
Oh, that's good advice. That's good advice.
So, for the first 30 minutes that we got home, everybody went to their own room.
Okay. So that strategy was employed to what? Give everybody time to think, let everybody process. Why was that important?
Well, they had been in school all day, we didn't work all day, so that was their downtime. Everybody went to their room, no TV, no telephone. You just went and unwind.
Ooh.
And no matter what time they took a nap,
Mm-hmm.
they went to bed at 8 o'clock. If they got up at 6:30, they went back to bed at 8 o'clock, and it was our time.
Oh, I love that, because we have to have time for each other, and then we have to have time on our own. I love that, which is a promoter of peace to me, to take time to unwind.
Yeah.
And even though we've been in quarantine, people say unwind from what? Unwind from all that's going on. So even just because you're still at home does not mean that you're at a place of peace. That you have to take time to just unwind, unload all of that, so that you can be refilled again.
Yes.
Because if I've been talking all day, when you may have something to tell me, I want to hear it. And that's not fair to you, because I didn't take time to just empty and then put myself in place. Okay, so what's on your mind? And especially the parents with their children.
Yeah.
You have to take time to listen and to hear them.
No matter how old they get.
No matter how old they get. See, I thought I almost empty nest. I'm like, empty out. But they won't. They always come back. And you know what? I can say that too, because my dad, I will still call him and say, so, Mama, what do you think about this? And what's that? So you're always going back. But to me, I think that's one of the greatest compliments you can have. That your family will always come back. To want to know what you think, or to know that that's a place of comfort, that's a place of peace, a place where they can get good advice. Sometimes they get, now you know better than that, but sometimes that's what they're waiting on. I know there were kids act like they don't like consequences or like having their attention drawn back to their action, but they really do, because it helps them to understand their boundaries, their expectations, that there are things that I know that you can do, and I just look to you for fulfilling that. So it's all of those things. And adults need it too.
Oh, yeah.
We need boundaries. We need somebody to share with us the expectation. So setting that peace. All right, how important is it, because we know with peace, time to unwind, how important is it to have like fun times, laugh? Because the Bible says that laughter does good like a medicine. So I know we're trying to take all those other medicines, which we need to take, and all the things we need to do. But how important is it to have laughter in your environment for your mental health, for your physical health?
Very important. Laughter is a good thing for stress.
Very good.
Like number 2,
Really?
Because they laugh a lot.
Well, I tell you, my stress should be very low. Because I just find laughter in everything, even laughing at myself. Because I think people need to understand how healthy that is. Sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself. And you put things in your atmosphere. So what are some things that people could do to bring laughter into their environment? Because some parents need help trying to, get that good time in their environment again. Some couples need help trying to bring that, have a good time in your atmosphere. So what are some things that you can say that may promote laughter or promote joy or promote just having a good time in your environment?
I can bring up some of the happy times in your family, in your marriage, your wedding day. When my children sometimes would talk, Mama, I remember you didn't want to take us out for Halloween, but you put little glow-in-the-dark stickers all over the house. Looking for all of our candy and stuff like that. So probably just to talk about the happy time.
I love it.
Or what happened that made it so funny.
Mm-hmm.
As we call chicken.
Yes, let's say, check it. Oh, and you did such and such. And then remember, I know a couple of weeks ago, my sister and my brother-in-law celebrated their anniversary. So they posted their picture and I reposted it. And, we thought it was like, oh, this sweet thing. You know what people talking about? Those gold dresses that me and my sister had on. So instead of it being, this celebratory moment, it became a check-in moment. Y'all really want those dresses in public? Y'all really did that? It became so funny. So we celebrated them, and then we had that conversation. I know, right? Can you believe she made us wear those? Or even though we thought we were looking good. So it took on a different personality. It was so funny. So I love that. Just pull out things, and it may even go a different way. Because my sister, she would get upset about it. She's like, honey, I know y'all thought y'all were cute. Ooh. And to think about that 25 or how many years they celebrated. But to just enjoy things other days. To remember things that you celebrate. Remember things that matter. Because sometimes we act like so many things matter. A lot of these things now, they don't matter. But there's some really important things that happen that have just made a difference. So I love that. What else? What do you do?
One of the things I will do with Sheryl, we'll be called places, we don't use this name. And she'll get dressed and she'll be some kind of sharp.
All right, Cheryl.
I'll say to her, I know you think you keep doing it. And she said, oh, I thought you knew.
See, I love that, just playing with each other and all that. So let's make sure now, I won't quarantine you, mess with your vision. I thought you knew. And so I'm just having a good time
But
with
we
you.
play a lot.
Yeah, which is so important.
She always supposed to be here before me. I'm prepared now, but she gets there before I do. And she's like across the bed. And I said, is there a reason why you have to sleep on my pillow? And we go through this every night. Every night. Then she gets in the bed and she's ticklish on the neck. So I took over.
Oh, isn't this cute, y'all? See, you can have a good time in pandemic because there's a lot of heaviness, there's a lot of loss, there's a lot of things. But God wants us, even in it, to figure out how to be okay.
And now, one thing with what I'll say every once in a while, I say, you know what? We are so blessed.
Oh.
And she said, you know what? Brother McCray, we really are.
Oh, I love that, Brother McCray. I think that's a powerful reminder because sometimes we spend a lot of time thinking about what we don't have, all of these negative things, but to just stop for a minute and say, you know what? We really are blessed.
We had a roof go on our house this past couple of weeks when the roof had been on there for 30 years.
Wow.
And just before we got the roof put on the last time, 30 years ago, it was raining. It was Freedom was born. It was raining, and my other two children running around putting pants on the floor. And I thought, no, we are so blessed.
Yes.
After Frida was born, my son and daughter, when they ran to get the pants, I said, baby, we got a roof now.
So we don't need the pants now. So we don't move on up. But you know what? Even in those times when you reflect back on them, you even find something to laugh about. And that even though that was leaking, but our house was solid, our family was solid, that we were good. And that's why see, so some of the things that we think we have to have in order to be happy, I I think that's one thing that this time has brought, that, you know, it's more about the people in your life, more about developing relationships, more looking around and just seeing how blessed you are and how good God is.
With the group of men that with whom we gather, I encourage them here back and have the COVID test.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys said, I've been, I said, so when if you're coming back over here. And,
Because you're people to be medically responsible. Absolutely.
and both of them, they come, both of them, two of them were not tested, they have been tested. Except one of the other guys had been tested. But let them know this is not a one-time thing, so you get used to them sitting there. Yeah.
So how do you speak to individuals' fear? School is starting for the summer. So you have adults and you have children that are entering a building, trying to come back. Like I said at the beginning, churches are opening, all these different facilities. How do you talk to individuals' fear? Because we're talking, they'll come to you, just conversation. What do you tell them in order to handle their fear? Whether it's fear of physical, because sometimes people don't want to get tested because they're afraid of what the outcome will be, or if they're like me, if they're long thing going up their nose. But so are people, you know, emotionally are recognizing that they're not as balanced as they need to be, or they're finding themselves worrying about things that they necessarily shouldn't worry about. How do you help people deal with the fear? What are some suggestions in dealing with the fear? We know getting into your word and praying and talking to God, but what are some practical things that you can give with just dealing with fear?
I still say have a plan.
Have a plan. Just setting things in place. And I love that. And just kind of in a world where you don't know what's going on, when there's so much in the unknown, controlling what you can control.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
You're supposed to wash your hands.
Yes.
For 20 seconds.
Yes.
That's what you're supposed to do.
And do you think people are slacking up on that? Okay. Keep going. Tell them wash their hands. What else?
Where's your mask?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, you're supposed to have one.
Mm-hmm.
When they stand behind you in Walmart, you have to back them up. You ain't got no mask.
That's the truth. That goes up.
Yeah. All you know what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
Now that's the part of the physical part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, are you saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm got that bold. I'm got that bold. Do you know Jesus? Like Brother Ross used to say, baby, do you know
Baby,
Jesus?
do you know Jesus?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a rock that you can tell him that part.
I think that's so important. Because we want people to have clean hands. We need to make sure they have clean hearts.
Yeah.
We have to make sure that their lives are, you know, the life that's pleasing to God. And reminding people that God loves them.
Yes, and you will not be perfect.
You will not.
That's the blood.
Hey, say that again. Yeah.
So don't try to wait until you get it right. That ain't happening.
Mm-hmm.
No. Those of us who are saved struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
You know what things kind of put your butt.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, if you ain't supposed to have sweets, you need to have that. I mean,
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? Just stay away from things, or ask God to help you have that resource to lean on.
Yeah.
To say, God, I can't do this by myself.
Yeah, because you can say, I'll the baker, but somebody gonna fix the cake.
Oh, yes, they're going to make cake for you.
Yeah.
And help you in your situation.
And
Like, oh, you already there. You
understand.
might as well have some more. No. That you can lean on him and he will help you refrain from what you need to refrain from. But it'll also help you do what you need to do. So let's pray. Mm-hmm.
I understand, yeah. But I don't know if we can listen. I understand what you're going through.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't right. So,
Right.
I understand.
And I think just being honest with people. I think people need to hear the truth. Because our country right now is even having trouble with the truth.
Right.
People need to hear, what life is.
Yes.
What they can do. What they contributed to this and that. And so people struggle with the truth and knowing, okay, there's some changes maybe I need to make.
Yes.
And I think that's really important in this season. It helped us look at other people, but also looking at ourselves.
Yes.
So tell me something you discovered about yourself during this time.
Ooh, let's see.
Now I'm coming for you. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let him answer.
Oh, she said you get to go first. What is something you discovered about yourself?
I am able to be in an environment and not flower.
Oh, that's good. That's
I
a
can,
good discovery.
I have been able to be in situations where I know by history, I'm supposed to still be clowning. And I know it's nothing with the grace of God.
That I should still be clowning, but I'm not. I've taken on spiritual discipline
But as you said,
and the grace of God.
I still have those skills.
Oh yeah, I still have the skills.
Yeah, but I realize
I just changed my wheel.
I can't witness like I need to with this mouth if I'm clown at it. It ain't the same.
Oh, that's helpful. That's helping us. That I've learned that I can refrain from that. I like that. Tell me something you've learned about yourself.
I think I have learned that I really can make strengths out of my weaknesses.
Oh, no, that's good. That's good. Because people are dealing with, I'm not good at that, but that's me. But I can make strengths out of my weaknesses. And I think, again, people have to learn, how do I do that? You know, is that possible? Because even as a pastor, I hear people struggling with, well, Pastor, that's you, but I can't. I'm like, I'm human too. You know, we all are on this journey and we're learning.
Yes.
And to say, instead of letting this defeat me, let me see how I can use it to move forward or to benefit my life. So I think that it's so important to say, you know what? Everybody has areas that need improvement. So what do I do to strengthen that? Whether that's getting more information, whether that's talking to people that have been through things you've gone through, whether that's getting rest, because I want to talk about that. How important is our rest to us? You know, because I was thinking about Elijah in the Bible when he had just defeated Jezebel, did all day, all these wonderful mighty acts he had seen of God, and then Jezebel said, I'm going to kill you, and then he gets scared, he running, and then and what did God tell him? You need to eat and you need a nap. He said, because you're tired, and when you get tired and you get exhausted, you're not able to think as well. You look at your weaknesses more than strengths. You know, it's all of these things that hit you. So how important is it for you to get your rest, and how much should you get?
That's the kind of rest.
Let me see if I'm in violation. That's true, because sleep and rest are different.
Yeah.
So how important is your rest?
I found that I do better if I can sit up before I go to bed and calm down.
Okay.
And I think this prayer requires that I turn the television on. So I turn the television on. About 8 hours is so suggested, 6 to 8 hours.
Okay.
I can manage on 6. I do a lot better with 8. I know as I've gotten older, I don't sleep as long. I'm awake much earlier.
Okay.
And it works well.
Mm-hmm.
It works well. But then when I was working in the hospital, I could get to bed and go to sleep in no time. But I'd be so physically tired. That's not, but rest is very psychological. And you need to know that I need to turn the television off. I need to worry about some things because I got to get this clear on. They'll be on the night all night. Or I need to talk to Sheryl, see what she thinks about something. I really need to worry about this, and I need to be by myself.
I love that.
I need to be by myself. Now, one of my most restful times is the time between I get home and Cheryl gets home. It might be about an hour, a couple hours. Oh, this was wonderful. I'm sure she's having she probably rests well when I'm not there too.
Having some me time, yeah, because when I take care of myself with me time, then when we come together, you know, then we're better. So I love that we have to have sleep. So for those that think, oh, I just need a few hours, I'll make it and I'm fine. One of the best things to fight off disease and different things is that your body's resting.
Yes.
And so, and you're getting the necessary sleep and you're eating properly.
Yes.
Yes. So do we suggest breakfast, we suggest lunch, or we just suggest being balanced or eating till you're full? What do we do?
We try not to eat after 6 o'clock.
After 6. Woo! Yes, which is good for the body, but some people don't get home till 6 or 6:30. So
That's back to the plan.
back to the plan.
That's back to the plan.
Okay. Ooh, they holding us tight tonight on the yes, and we have to have a plan. We need to get rest. We need to get sleep. We have to eat earlier so your body can just heal. Because you know what the thing about God is, God created our body to heal itself.
Right.
And when we do the necessary things, we put ourselves in a good position to heal ourselves. For our minds to be good, for our bodies to be good. Okay, so give me one suggestion. If you had to leave anybody with a tip or a suggestion, what would that be? Whether it's physical, whether it's mental, because I want us to then pray. You got some really good tips and information tonight that says, you know what, God wants us. I love that scripture, beloved, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health as thy soul prosper. So he wants us to have a sober mind. He wants us to live in peace. He wants us to laugh. He wants us to enjoy each other. He wants us to reinstate that family time. All of these good things that we heard tonight. So give us one thing that you would say. If I could say, give you one piece of advice, what would it be?
To stay in balance as well as you can.
To stay in balance. Provide balance for you and your family.
Right.
Okay, balance is the key. Stay in balance. So how do we get there? We take time to look at all that we have to do. Do you suggest writing things down?
I suggest writing things down.
Okay.
Planning, writing things down. Sometimes even journaling and going back and looking at that.
Okay.
See where you can change things or it be a little more beneficial.
Or either check things off. Because sometimes when I go back and check, I'm like, oh, I accomplished one thing. Because one thing that's hard is when you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. But go back and check that out. Okay, so we're writing, we're making plans, we're making a list, and go back and see if it needs to be tweaked, or you can check some things off. What's a piece of advice?
For me, you need somewhere, somebody on whom you can believe. We have a hard time being truthful about our situations. Find that person or persons with whom you can get good information, and you can just, they don't even have to say a whole lot to you. You can talk to and tell them the truth. But everybody, you need a relationship with Christ.
He said that's where it is.
And really, you have to find out where you need to be in Christ. Find out the sources that you use, the scriptures that you know, the ministers that you listen to. Yeah.
I love it. You have to be careful. You got to protect your mind. You got to protect your eyes, your ear gate, all of those things. Because in crisis situation, you have people that are speaking the truth.
Yes.
And then you'll have those that do not speak the truth. I'll say it that way. Yes. And you have to tap into your discernment.
Yes.
You have to be able to hear. I've been saying that a lot. God, open our eyes so we can see. Give us ears to hear. So that we'll know when it's him.
Yeah. Well, that's a trend that I learned since I've been around you coaching.
What's that?
Your knower. Your knower.
Tap into your knower.
I've always encouraged people when you go to the doctor or in a situation, just pay close attention. You might not know anything about the subject, but you'll get that guy get something don't sound right. Don't sound right. Yeah, I need to research this and connect with somebody.
Tap into your knower.
Yeah.
Knower. Okay, we're closing, but I have a question. They said, how do you state your position and uphold your standards in a no-judge zone? So when we're bringing people in, or we're going into the area, and we have a no-judge zone, but we still want to make sure people know our standards. They know what we stand for. So if somebody came in and they presented something that you did not agree with, okay, how do you uphold your standard, but still keep it a no-judge zone?
Your standard should be in Christ.
Yeah,
it's hard for, and this is something you tell my daughters. You hear books, so now, if you don't say it, you don't need to be advertising. Yeah, you need to be ladylike. You can't put your books on folks' face and think they ain't gonna put their hands up.
There's only one Fred McCray. Did you know that? Yes.
No, you have to maintain. And there's so many things that make up your standard. It's
Mm-hmm.
how you live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are you always late to work? It's gonna work with you. They know you ain't on there.
Mm.
You know, they know you cheat on your income tax.
So there's a difference in judging and speaking the truth.
Why?
Because I think sometimes we'll think, well, here's my standard, but they're saying this, so I want it to be a no judge zone. It doesn't mean that you don't have standards or you don't share the truth. It means I'm not going to judge you where you are, but I'm going to tell you the truth. If you're cheating on your taxes, you shouldn't be doing that because that's against God. Hey, I'm not judging you, but I am going to put out there something for you to think about. So, or if I believe the way of the Bible and you come in and say, that ain't nothing, that ain't that. And again, that's your opinion. But I get to put out what I believe, my standard. And so I think, I love that you set your standards and you speak the truth.
Let me tell you one thing that's come to me. I'm sure you heard this too. I don't believe in women pastors. That's okay. Now, what I believe is if he can stick word in an animal's mouth, he can stick in a woman's mouth.
Absolutely.
I understand that the woman carried the word first. Yeah. So I've been in enough churches and male pastors. I'm not with a female pastor. She's quite clear in her beliefs and she makes every effort as far as I know to live it. That's all I need.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's all I need. Now you just.
And I love that. And you know what? If this is where I am, this is what I believe, I'm going to leave you to think what you think. But trust me, I'm going to think what I think. And I'm going to stand where I stand. So I hope that helped you, that you don't have to compromise your standard. Say who you are, what you stand on. But you tell people where you, that's on you. You know, the Bible says you get to work out your soul salvation. You work it out. You figure it out. But I'm going to give you enough of the truth so you can make an informed decision. And that's what God wants us to do. He wants us to be well. He wants us to be good. He wants us to live in truth. He wants us to love him. And he wants us to represent him. This is a season for the church. And not the building, but for us as the church. To represent hope. To remind people that God loves them. And then to put out there that we're going to be okay. We are going to be okay. God has a plan. And even though things look crazy, we are going to be all right. But I think it's a good time to pray. Father, thank you so much for this time and for this space. Thank you for just your word reminding us that we live by faith. We walk by faith. And thank you that because we have you on the inside of us, we can do all things. That means we can manage through crisis. We can love unconditionally. We can forgive. We can live in peace. We can take on joy. Father, we thank you that we can have a sound mind. We thank you that our bodies can be well. So, Father, we receive all of that in your name. Father, we just know that somehow all things are working together for our good. So, Father, help us to do the practical things and then receive the spiritual things. Thank you that we will rest. Thank you that anxiety will be reduced. Thank you that we will find joy and peace in our families, in your word. Father, thank you that good things will be a part of our life. So continue to bless us, continue to keep us, continue to remind us that nothing can separate us from your love. Now, Father, we pray for everybody who has been hit hard, who has been tremendously affected by all that we're going through. Father, we ask that you give comfort, that you give peace, that you wrap your arms around them. And Father, we continue to pray Psalms 91. Thank you that no evil shall come nigh us, and thank you that no disease shall come nigh our dwelling. Father, we receive that in Jesus' name. Amen, 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 amen. Well, God bless you. We love you, we love you, we love you. We are praying for you. Please know that the best is yet to come. Can I ask you to do something? Join us on Sunday, 9 a.m. We will be in person, and we're on Facebook Live. So any of those opportunities, please feel free to join in, because it's all about getting the word and standing on his promises. Again, know that the best is yet to come, and we will see you again real soon. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.
So if you have to cut some